日本は国際協力の具体的な運用にあたって4つの方針を立てています。相手の主体性と自助努力を重視する、経験を分かち合う、現場の実践を重視する、そして途上国間の協力を促進する。これらはいずれも半世紀にわたる日本の経験と蓄積から導かれたものです。
The villagers of Taiba Ndaye in Senegal found a way to protect their own drinking water, and they were able to build on that success. JICA President Ogata Sadako visited the village during a tour of Africa. Over 20 years ago, JICA built a water tower in this village. Originally, the government managed the water tower, but now the villagers look after it themselves. The key to success is the village's unique system of collecting water fees. Each family has a water meter and pays based on the amount they use. Those who come to draw water from the tower must also pay an appropriate fee. Behind the decision to maintain the water tower themselves was a breakdown 18 years ago. Repairs were delayed, and for 9 months the villagers had to go back to their old custom of drawing water from a well. Because the well is so far away, it took the women a full day to go and draw water. Young mothers carrying heavy buckets suffered miscarriages. More and more girls were no longer able to go to school.
給水塔が故障したことで、私たちは改めて水の重要性に気づかされました。最初に給水塔を作ってもらっただけで満足してしまっては村の発展はないのです。
The villagers decided to establish a system that would allow them to fix the water tower themselves. Their idea was to collect fees from each villager and to have women manage the money. The thinking was that as women were keenly aware of the water's value, they would take their duties very seriously.
I 私たちは給水塔を守ることに使命感を感じています。給水塔ができて一番恩恵を受けたのは私たち女性だったんですから。
The village now had a source of income with which to employ an engineer. There were no more breakdowns, and the village gained a reliable supply of water. Impressed by this display of initiative, in 1999, JICA built a second water tower, and the first village went on to manage the water for 12 local villages. After some time, a budget surplus emerged. So, in 2004, the village invested in a new activity, chicken farming. Just over 3 months later, they had sold 500 chickens and made the equivalent of the monthly income for one villager. The realization that they should look after their own water resulted in some extra money to start a new venture. Using a picture play, JICA now shares this success story with people in other villages.
自分でやる能力とね、そしてその気力が出てくるっていうのがやはり向上の秘訣だと思いますから、そうなってくればなんとか自分たちでこれが必要な時は手伝うと、そしてそのやはり時々行く、あるいは手伝うということによって我々はあなたたちの味方ですよと、一緒にやってんですよっていう気持ちは起こさして、その上で自分たちが完全に自立するまで時間はかかるんですね、こういうことは全て。だけど持続性の持ったこういうプログラムというものをやはり広げていくということが一番大事だと思ってます。
Japanese ODA places great importance on sharing Japan's past experiences, both positive and negative. Rapid post-war development came at a heavy cost: pollution. This was symbolized by Minamata disease in the city of Minamata in Kumamoto Prefecture. Now the first steps are being taken to share with developing countries the experience that was gained through tackling Minamata disease. Though Minamata Bay has now recovered, it was once notorious for Minamata disease. The disease appeared in the 1950s and hit groups of people, mainly local fishermen. The effluent from a local fertilizer factory was contaminated with methyl mercury. Fish and shellfish containing the mercury were eaten, and this caused the disease. Organic mercury attacks the brain and nervous system. In Minamata, the symptoms included numbness and shaking of the limbs. Many people died as little as 1 month after the first symptoms appeared. Identifying the cause took a long time. No serious countermeasures were taken until 1968, when the government acknowledged the illness as a disease caused by pollution from the factory. 17,000 people applied for recognition as suffering from Minamata disease, but only 2,265 met the criteria. There were 40 confirmed cases of children born with disabilities due to exposure to mercury in the womb. Minamata faces the Shiranui Sea. The factory was established there in 1908. The factory discharged dangerous effluent straight into the bay. After the Second World War, the fertilizer produced by the factory contributed to a huge boost in Japan's agricultural productivity. The factory brought great economic benefits to Minamata. Reluctance to criticize it was one reason why it took so long to deal with the problem. Once the cause of Minamata disease had been identified as wastewater, the scars in the local community took many years to heal. But these days, the city of Minamata has a completely fresh public image. It is making a concerted effort to become a model green city. Officials dealing with pollution in various countries study environmental problems at JICA's Kyushu International Center. From 2000, Minamata officials invited such people to visit the city and learn from its various experiences. In the first 3 years, 38 people from 8 countries accepted the invitation. The key points of the Minamata program are fully understanding Minamata disease and coming to know how citizens and officials renewed a community devastated by Minamata disease and pursued environmental protection. The mayor of Minamata spoke with the participants.
深い傷をどう癒しながら、そして新しい市民の再生へのエネルギーをどう作りまとめていくかというのが今水俣の街づくりの根底にある。
The participants also heard the stories of people with Minamata disease. After being diagnosed, they suffered various kinds of discrimination at work and in marriage.
こういうことがないように、この国に書いてからでした経済も先ほど言っていたことながら、経済優先ではなく自然が一番大切です。そして命を大切に差別偏見がないように、してもらいたいし、先ほどから言うようにこの水俣の風、この風を生かしてもらったのを作り変えて生かすことこういうことに二度と受けられないようにプラスにしてもらいたいのが私の切に願い。
In in Minamata once each month, ordinary people sort the garbage in place of the city's collectors. Minamata disease destroyed the fabric of the community, but this communal activity gives people a chance to chat and re-establish bonds.
水俣での研修を終え、国に帰ったら祖国と香港を環境破壊から救うために何ヶ月でも何年でも話し合いを続け、貧しい人のために政府、特に地元政府に環境問題に関する行政の支援と財政的支援を要求していくつもりです。
The work of sharing Japan's own experience with developing partner nations is now a key element of Japan's international cooperation. Actually being on site and sharing a local social and cultural perspective is a precondition for finding an effective solution with local partners. Japanese ODA is based on hands-on experience. For over 25 years, Kishida Kesa has lived in Kenya with her husband and 2 children. She is a JICA expert and also a nutritionist who studies food in Africa. The village of Enzaro in northwest Kenya has a population of about 2,000. The standard of living is very low. They have no electricity, gas or water service. People eke out an existence by farming tiny plots of land in a rocky valley. A quickly growing population is making poverty even more serious. Kenya's government requested Japanese cooperation with regard to population control and quality of life. The villagers had been drawing water from streams. Kishida felt it was vital to secure a supply of clean water. Animal droppings and household wastewater ran into the streams, leading to outbreaks of cholera. Many babies were born in the village, but the mortality rate was high because as they were weaned, they began to drink dirty water. Kishida's idea was to make a well. She covered the area around a spring with concrete. The water was purified by sand and gravel and came out clean. Regular tests are performed. If the well is dirty, the sand and gravel are replaced. Similar wells have now been built in many other villages. Kishida talks to school children about preventing cholera.
Sasa lazima sikia hiyo kwa kolera kutoka choo, kutoka nini kwa maji chafu ile kwa mstoni. Sasa lazima chamucha maji. Ulisikia?
Ndio.
Hata kwa mama yako nifundisha habari ya hiyo. Sawa?
Ndio.
Yeah.
Next, Kishida and the village women began making a cooking stove. The stove has room for 3 pots so that water can be boiled at the same time as cooking, so as to provide drinking water. The stove design came from Kishida's hometown, Tono, in northeast Japan. Ancient Japanese stoves suddenly started springing up in Kenya's valleys. The clean drinking water dramatically reduced infant mortality. This led to a reduction in birth rates. Since children were surviving, there was no longer a need to have so many. Kenya now has 100,000 of the stoves which help to curb village population growth. When Kishida completed her mission, 3,000 people come to say farewell and sing a song of thanks. Being on-site and solving problems with the people there. This kind of on-the-spot action by Japanese experts has achieved results in various countries. Japan Overseas Cooperation volunteers work alongside people in underdeveloped areas to bring economic and social development. Focusing on local knowledge and experience is also the key concept in the Japan Overseas Cooperation Volunteer Program. More than 25,000 volunteers have been dispatched since 1965. Papua New Guinea is just north of Australia. JOCV volunteers are also at work here, covering such diverse areas as sports, education, medicine and electronics. This is a local state hospital. It is filled with patients every day. As many as a quarter of them have malaria or some other infectious disease. This man, a JOCV volunteer, is a pharmacist and he works with the local pharmacist.
Past time Mr. Hiroto Nagai me come, me play nidi mem through from planting Christmas and 20 years me play nidi mem plamanos and Mr. Nagai long come.
The pharmacy shelves are lined with medicine. The two men's cooperation has paid off. They split the duties, with the volunteer explaining simply to patients how to take the medicines. A government official who has seen many volunteers praises the JOCV highly.
I would find that our JICA volunteers are much more, they fit into the community very quickly, and that helps, you know. When they fit into the community, it makes it more easier for them to deal with the people, get involved with the people, and that's where the interest is.
国際協力の現場で長期にわたって活動している日本人の数は1万人を超えています。
Japan offers technical and financial support to developing countries that are helping each other. This form of assistance is called South-South cooperation. To see how this initiative is spreading globally, let's focus on Chile and the example of teaching techniques for cultivating scallops. Tongoy Bay in Chile. With support from Japan, there are now rafts for cultivating scallops in the bay. To check on the progress of the young scallop, they collect samples regularly. At the scallop farming base, the maturity of the scallop is checked repeatedly. Católica del Norte University is engaged in a South-South project to farm scallops. The university has developed technology through technical cooperation with Japan. Now the university is providing opportunities to learn this technology to countries in the region. JICA facilitates the university's initiative with technical and financial support. In a period of 15 years, starting in 1988, Chile hosted 311 third country trainees from 16 nations. And 17 instructors from Japan taught in Chile. In 1999, a far-reaching Japan-Chile partnership was concluded. The aim, first of all, was for Japan and Chile to engage in bilateral cooperation, and then for these two to unite in offering support to other, mainly Latin American countries, eventually forming a system of tripartite cooperation.
Bueno, el resultado ha sido muy bueno. Nosotros hemos formado a más de 300 alumnos en estos cursos en el área de cultivo de moluscos, de alumnos de toda Latinoamérica, de Sudamérica y Centroamérica. Y ahora últimamente se han incorporado también países del Caribe como Cuba, República Dominicana y de México. Y estas 300 personas o más de 300 personas que se han formado aquí, muchos de ellos han iniciado en sus países cultivos. Y ya hay cultivos de desarrollo gracias al empuje inicial que se dio aquí en Brasil, en Ecuador, en Perú, en Cuba, en Guatemala, en muchos países, en Colombia se ha iniciado gracias a estos cursos internacionales.
Japanese technology is spreading through South-South cooperation.
Ya. Luego que llegue a mi país, estoy planeando armar un proyecto con mi universidad, conseguir fondos para armarnos un proyecto a escala piloto con un hatchery e implementar el conocimiento en la producción de semillas.
の人はそういうことをとても誇りにしてあげる。自分たちが習ったものをまたもっとまだ足りないところに教えるということですね。ですから非常にそういうので一生懸命こうやります。それがまた口コミになってまた次の時もぜひやるんだったら来たいというふうになってつながっていってるわけですね。はい。
South-South cooperation is also an important theme at TICAD, the Tokyo International Conference on African Development. Its successes have included experts from the Philippines helping to improve the quality of rice grown in Africa. Japan is currently partnered with 12 countries for South-South cooperation, and the scale of the initiative keeps growing.